Hey, John, appreciate the time today, man. First and foremost, it's been a little while since we've seen you, and this is the first time we're seeing you at heavyweight. We've known about this move for a little while now, but let's hear from you. Why did you move up to heavyweight for this fight?
Well, especially with the whole quarantine going on and New York being a little bit of a crazy place to train, getting down to 205 would have been some adventure. so, you know, this just happened to work out. Timing was kind of perfect just to get my way, move my way up. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty much why it was. But I do think I was always going to do it. It's just a matter of when, and this seemed like the best time coming off a loss, and just feeling like why not? Let's go try it out.
Do you feel like this will be a permanent move, or is it just kind of like you just said, a trial, like a one-off? You'll see how you do on Saturday and take it from there. Or are you a heavyweight
Uh,
main fan?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, walk around pretty heavy, so it'd be uh, interesting to get back down. We'll see, but if I got offered a fight at 205, I wouldn't necessarily decline it. So we'll just see what they want to do. It's really up to Mick and Dana and stuff.
Yeah,
They're smart guys. They know a lot more about this than I do. So, but yeah, I think heavyweight is what I'd like to be in my future at.
and one of the more recent times that we saw you in the UFC spotlight was actually during your friend and training partner Chris Weidman's fight week, and you guys were doing the open workout, and he was kind of teasing you a little bit there, and saying about your weight and that you were going to be at heavyweight next, and then it turns out that that's where you're going. Has he given you a hard time about this move at all?
No, I mean he's been pretty much a saving grace this whole camp. I really there's not a lot of people back home to train with, so it's pretty much it's been me and Chris a lot. But you know, putting on a little bit more weight, it's he doesn't like it in certain situations, but you know I'm bigger now. I'm a little bit chubbier, so you won't see me with my shirt off quite as much as I used to be. It's usually my thing is I'm going to be down at 205. I'm going to have my shirt off the entire time.
But
The six pack isn't there for long.
that's the attitude.
Now I'll stay warm.
There you go, man. And let's talk about. Can you kind of compare, how you've been feeling, what you expect the heavyweight version of Gian Villante to be in the cage? Do you feel like you'll feel any different out there? More power? Like, what do you think fans should expect to see out of you at heavyweight?
I think my style kind of is more of a heavyweight style than it is a light heavyweight style. I like to go forward, like big shots. I'm willing to trade with anybody, and I think that's a good thing for heavyweight. I mean, it could prove to be dangerous, but it could also be, prove to be fruitful. So see which way it turns out on Saturday. But my thing is to go in there, trade, have some fun, and make exciting fights, and that's what I like to do. I think Maurice will try to make it more of a fight where he stays long and stays away type thing. And my whole thing is to try and make it dirty, move forward, and put some leather on him.
Right on. My last question, or the last question for me. Where do you think a win will put you in the division? Do you feel like that you could somehow enter the UFC heavyweight rankings with this? Like, where kind of what are you thinking is at stake here in this fight?
I don't think it would put me ranked, but I mean, I know Maurice is probably like say like a top 20 guy, so I'd probably be somewhere right there. Then maybe one more fight someone ranked or something like that. So I really don't know how these ranking things work. I was there for a while, then I wasn't, then I was there, so I don't really know how they work. But yeah, I mean, I could see myself somewhere in that like 20 range, 18 range, something like that. If I, get a win here and then maybe fight someone to get ranked, somewhere in the top 50.
Right on. Appreciate the time, John. Thanks, man.
Pretty realistic.
Up next is Jay Anderson with Cage Side Press.
Hey, thanks very much. And welcome back, John. I wanted to ask you a little more about the heavyweight move because back in Moncton in 2018, you were actually talking about maybe doing it then. Was there ever a point when you considered doing this a little bit sooner?
Yeah. I've always, my coach and stuff like that always thought it'd be a good idea for me to do. Just, especially with the style I fight and stuff like that, they just thought it'd be better up at heavyweight. But, I saw myself, I was, at 205, I had fought pretty much anyone ranked in like the top 10 and had some good fights in there with some of those guys or beat some of those guys. So it was like, you know, I'm right there in this division. Maybe I can get to the top. But then I was just like, you know, you get a loss or two and you're like, forget it. Now I'm up at heavyweight. Let me try my luck up here and see how it goes.
Now, I know you fought heavyweight outside of the UFC, so does that make the quote-unquote debut here a little less nerve-wracking?
Um, no, I mean, you know, a fight's a fight. Always gonna have a little nerves. I mean, been in there UFC octagon probably you know close to 20, 21 times. I don't even know. So you know, it's always there a little bit. But I mean, the weight thing doesn't really have anything to do with it. I've been heavy before, so it's not really going to be much different. You know, fight in front of no fans, I think, is going to be a little bit of a weird part, but we'll see.
What's your take on that? Because we hear some people say they enjoy it. We hear some people say, I can hear everything. I can hear the announcers. I'm taking tips from DC. What are you expecting?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't really know. I've never done it. Like Maurice might have a little bit of an advantage there being on Ultimate Fighter. That you know, there's not much fans at those things. So you know, it's gonna be interesting. Gonna be weird, but should be fun. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I just, you know, I know it's a fight. I know guys are going in there to try to take my head off. So it should be pretty fun.
And last one for me. I mean, you've been gone for a little bit, and in the interim, you became a dad back in December, if I'm not mistaken. So how has that changed your outlook on fighting and just in life in general?
I mean, it's awesome. Love the little guy, man. He's 6 months today, so it's pretty awesome, man. I couldn't be more. It just, you know, like, you know, we talked about like nerves a little bit. Like, as far as nerves go, like, it just makes me realize like nothing matters as much as that guy. So, who gives a shit what happens in a fight, really? You know what I mean? Like, just go out there and have fun. So, that's a big thing for me is to think like that. You know, he's awesome. Love being around him. Want to make a better life for him, go in there, whatever it costs.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and looking forward to this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Next question is from Steven Morocco. Steven, your line has been unmuted.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
Yo.
Just curious, how close were you to fighting Ben Rothwell at 249? Can you tell us what happened with that booking?
Yeah, I was very close. I was, I mean, I accepted it and said, let's go. But talking to my coach and my manager, Dave Martin and Keith Turnbull, they were very much against it. I have some, you know, I have asthma. I have had pneumonia probably like 7 out of the past 10 years. Like, I don't have the best lungs. So if I got it, I probably, you know, might die. So I said, you know, they kind of convinced me not to do it. Being a new father, it's like me be a little bit more cautious here. So didn't do it. I stayed in the whole isolation and containment for, you know, a couple of months there. And then said, all right, I had enough of this. Let me get back out there. I need to work. And contacted the UFC, and they were able to find me an opponent.
What was that like for you, being contained for 2 months?
It was awesome. I loved it. I got to spend every day with my son, man, and my girlfriend and Katie. We had a great time. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but for me, you know, having a newborn at that time, it's awesome. I got to spend every minute with them. So, did enjoy that. But you know, I feel bad for a lot of the people back home, especially in New York. I mean, New York is crazy. My coach, a lot of my friends, you know, can't open their businesses or, you know, even live a real life right now. So it's very hard on a lot of people, especially financially. So, you know, I'm hoping things start to get back to normal ASAP.
So I'm sorry, did you come out to Vegas to do your camp, or did you do camp back in New York?
No, I did it back home. I mean, I definitely didn't want to leave my kid that long. So I did it back home. Wasn't easy, but found a way to get it done. Like I said, I've been in there a long time. I'm a veteran here. I know what I need to have in a fight camp, and I was able to get that. And that's it. It wasn't the most ideal situation, but I found a way to make it work.
And what did you think of Ben's performance against OSP? And is that a fight that you would like back at some point?
I did not watch it. Tell you the truth, I don't really watch a lot of the other fights, especially I don't know why, but maybe it's an anxiety thing. When I know I have a fight or something like that, I really don't watch more unless I know a guy. I really don't watch it. Like I watch Stipe fight, I watch Chris fight, I watch Aljo fight, Al fight. I watch my buddies fight, but most of the time it's just a thing because I know I do it. It's kind of like I don't really have an interest in it unless it's my friends.
Gotcha. Well, thanks. I'm glad everything worked out for you.
What'd you say?
Yeah, thanks for answering my questions. Glad everything worked out for you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, man.
And our last question is from Augusto Herman Gay from Somos MMA.
Cool.
Hi, John. How are you?
Good.
Okay. I want to ask you. You have said it. You haven't fought recently, but you have much more experience than your rival. So,
Yeah.
do you think these things will be a decisive factor on the fight?
I mean, everyone in the UFC, no matter new or old, like myself, they deserve to be there. It's a tough sport, and it's the best organization in the world. So we have the best fighters in the world. So I don't know that having the experience will help, but something that I hope helps.
And Green has said in a recent interview that if you don't wrestle him, you will get knocked out. So I want to know
if I want to wrestle him, I'll get knocked out.
If you don't wrestle him, out wrestle him, you're going to get knocked out.
Okay.
So the question is, what are you going to do to counteract his reach advantage, and how do you imagine the fight?
Maybe I should wrestle. I don't know. According, I guess I should do that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a huge game plan guy. I kind of go in there and get the feel and go out there and fight. But we'll see what happens. I mean, if I want to, maybe I will wrestle. I haven't done that in a while, so maybe I'll do that. Thanks for the tip.
No, thank you, Jan. Best of luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.